Hey guys, Matt here from Straightforward Auto. Today we're going to be doing some rear pads and rotors on a 2013 F-150. Let's get into it. You'll be needing a number of tools for this job: a 1/2-inch breaker bar or impact gun, a 21mm socket, a 3/8 impact gun or a 3/8 ratchet, a 18mm socket, 13mm socket, a compression tool, and some anti-seize. First, you're going to want to raise and support your vehicle. I have my jack up on the rear differential, holding it up. Then we can go ahead and take the wheel off with a 21mm socket. With the wheel removed, we now have access to the brakes. First, we're going to remove the two bolts that hold on the caliper, the 13mm. With those bolts off, we can go ahead and remove the caliper. Place that off to the side. It's light enough just to let it hang there. It'll be all right. And then we're gonna remove the two 18mm bolts holding on the caliper bracket. With the caliper bracket removed, we can go ahead and remove the rotor. Go ahead and just work it off just like that. This might be a little tight just because this is the parking brake, so sometimes they get a little stuck, so go ahead and try to work it off. Over at the workbench, we can go ahead and remove our old pads and our old hardware and then reinstall our new hardware and our new pads. Something that I like to do is after removing the old hardware, I'll go ahead and take a wire wheel or a wire brush and clean up where the brackets actually hook into. Then, while it's out, go ahead and pull your pins out and grease up your pins. With the new hardware and new pads installed, we can go ahead and hop back over to the truck and get everything ready on the truck side. Back over on the truck, we got our new rotor and we went ahead and washed both sides with brake clean. New rotors come with shipping oil so that way they don't rust, but you don't want that oil on the rotors when installing them, so take some brake clean, hit the front side, the back side, and also the inside for that parking brake. Now we can go ahead and compress the caliper piston. Here we have our tool set up and ready to go. And what we're just gonna do is just squeeze the handle and it's gonna push in the piston so that way we can make clearance for the new pads. We have our caliper bracket reinstalled. I'm just gonna go ahead and just pinch these pads so that way they hug. Then we can go ahead and snug up our 18mm bolts on the back. Then we can go ahead and put the caliper back on and tighten up this two 13mm bolts on the back. Once the caliper is back on, we can go ahead and put our wheel back on. It's the same exact process for the other side. This job isn't too bad and it took me about 45 minutes to do both sides. On the difficulty scale, I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 5, just because it's not too difficult. Everything is right there and you have plenty of room to work. If you guys have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them down in the description below. Please like and subscribe. It means a bunch to me. I come out with repair videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday.